Have you ever found yourself thinking, why does it seem so difficult to achieve financial freedom while others do it with such ease? Maybe you've worked hard, followed all the rules, and still feel like something is blocking your path to success. The good news is that you're not alone, and more importantly, there is a solution that starts in your mind. In recent years, renowned authors like Napoleon Hill, Bob Proctor, and Joe Dispenza have explored a simple yet revolutionary idea. Your reality is shaped by your thoughts. And that's exactly what we're going to uncover in this video. How 5 simple steps based on science and spirituality can completely transform your financial life. Imagine the following scene. An ordinary woman, deep in debt, struggling to pay bills at the end of the month, discovers a secret that leads her to become a millionaire in just a few years. No, this is not a fairy tale. It's the story of real people who learned to access the unlimited power of the mind and applied a proven method to manifest wealth and prosperity. And what if I told you that you could do the same? The first step? Identify and reprogram the limiting beliefs that are rooted in your subconscious. Studies conducted by Dr. Bruce Lipton show that 95% of what we do daily is controlled by automatic patterns in our subconscious mind. In other words, if you grew up hearing phrases like money doesn't grow on trees or only the rich get richer, these beliefs might be blocking your success, even if you don't realize it. From this point, we will dive into a powerful journey. You will learn the importance of aligning your thoughts and emotions, creating a clear vision of what you want, and taking consistent actions that lead you to wealth. But here's the key. These steps are not just theoretical. They are based on practices that have already transformed lives, as described by Catherine Ponder in The Prosperity Bible and Rhonda Byrne in The Secret. And you might be wondering, does this work for me? Yes, it does, because the power to manifest wealth doesn't depend on where you are today, but on where you believe you can go. As Earl Nightingale said, we become what we think about most. So what are you thinking about yourself and your life right now? Next, you will see the inspiring story of a woman who went from a moment of financial despair to building $1 million empire. We will explore together each step of this transformation and how you can apply them in your own life, regardless of the circumstances. But before we proceed, I'm going to ask you something very important. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because what you're going to learn here today could be the turning point in your life, and I want to make sure you keep receiving content that can help you get to where you've always dreamed of. Shall we start this transformative journey? Then stay with me, because the next step could be the most important of your life. Chapter 1. Identifying and reprogramming your limiting beliefs. Have you ever stopped to reflect on what you truly believe about money? For many people, the mere act of thinking about wealth can evoke feelings of fear, guilt, or even rejection. And here lies the first major obstacle to achieving financial success: the limiting beliefs rooted in our subconscious mind. From childhood, we are bombarded with messages that shape our relationship with money. Phrases like "money is dirty," "only those who inherit wealth can be rich," or "you have to work to exhaustion to earn well," infiltrate the subconscious and begin to direct our choices, often without us realizing it. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a cellular biologist and author of The Biology of Belief, explains that during the first 7 years of life, our brain operates predominantly in theta waves, a highly suggestive state where all absorbed beliefs become automatic programs that guide our adult life. This is exactly what happened to Mary, a woman who spent years living in a cycle of financial scarcity. Raised in a family where money was always a concern, Mary believed she could never be rich because things weren't easy for people like her. Even when she tried to save or invest, something always went wrong, further reinforcing the idea that wealth was unattainable. But everything began to change when Mary found the book, You Are the Placebo, by Dr. Joe Dispenza. In it, she learned that the brain is like software that can be reprogrammed. Joe Dispenza explains that by repeating patterns of positive thoughts and visualizing desired scenarios, it is possible to literally restructure neural connections and create new patterns that favor success. Inspired by this, Mary began to map her limiting beliefs, writing down every negative phrase that came up when she thought about money. The first step Mary took was to become aware of these beliefs. One technique she used was conscious writing, suggested by Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich. Every time a negative thought arose, she wrote it down in a notebook. Phrases like, "I will never have enough," and "money only causes problems," began to emerge. And with each phrase, Mary paused and asked herself, is this really true? Or is it just a reflection of what I learned in the past? Mary's second step was reprogramming through repetition to replace these beliefs. She adopted daily positive affirmations, a technique widely advocated by Louise Hay in You Can Heal Your Life. She created a list of affirmations like, "Money flows to me easily, and I am worthy of abundance." Every morning, before starting the day, Mary repeated these phrases in front of the mirror. At first, it seemed strange and forced, but over time, she began to notice a slight change in her thoughts and feelings. Her third step was to delve into visualization. In addition to affirmations, Mary began to practice visualization, a technique popularized by Rhonda Byrne in the documentary The Secret. For 10 minutes every day, Mary closed her eyes and imagined herself living the life of her dreams, driving the car she always wanted, living in a spacious house, and traveling to exotic places. The practice was so intense that she could feel the emotions of joy and gratitude as if everything was already real. These techniques may seem simple, but their impact was transformative. Recent studies in the field of neuroscience, such as those conducted by Dr. Andrew Huberman, show that visualizing goals clearly activates the brain's reticular activating system, causing it to seek opportunities that align with the desired objectives. After weeks of consistent practice, Mary began to notice small changes in her life. She received an unexpected invitation to a finance workshop, found a mentor willing to help her, and for the first time felt that she was in control of her financial reality. But this was just the beginning. In the next chapter, we will discover how Mary used the power of positive thinking and the practice of gratitude to start attracting even greater opportunities. Stay with us, because what comes next may be the key you were missing to unlock your mind's full potential. Chapter 2. The Power of Visualization and Positive Mindset. When was the last time you truly believed you could achieve something grand? For many people, the mere idea of imagining a prosperous life seems impossible. This happens because we have been conditioned to believe only in what is tangible, neglecting the immense power of the mind to create the reality we desire. But, as Mary discovered, visualization and a positive mindset are powerful tools to completely change the game. After reprogramming her limiting beliefs, Mary began to explore new territory, the conscious creation of her reality through visualization. Inspired by authors like Rhonda Byrne and Napoleon Hill, she realized that it wasn't enough to just want to be rich. She needed to visualize and feel that wealth as if it were already real. This practice became the second step in her journey to financial freedom. Every morning, before starting her day, Mary dedicated 10 minutes to closing her eyes and imagining herself living the life she always dreamed of. She not only saw the images in her mind, but also made an effort to feel the emotions associated with these experiences. The joy of driving her new car, the peace of walking in her dream home, and the gratitude of helping her family financially became daily scenes in her visualization practice. This habit was not invented by chance. Charles Hyarnell, in his book The Secret of the Law of Attraction, described how the act of visualizing activates a specific part of the brain called the reticular activating system. This system is responsible for filtering information around us and focusing on what we consider important. In other words, by visualizing her goals clearly, Mary was training her brain to notice opportunities that previously went unnoticed. But Mary knew that just visualizing was not enough. Her mind needed to be nurtured daily with positive thoughts. For this, she began to practice what Bob Proctor called a gratitude mindset. Every day, Mary wrote down 3 things she was grateful for, even if they were small. Gratitude, as Catherine Ponder explains in The Prosperity Bible, is a magnetic force that attracts more good things into your life. At first, Mary struggled with skepticism. How could gratitude, something so simple, change her financial life? But over time, she noticed a shift in her perception. Instead of focusing on what was lacking, she began to value what she already had. This small mental adjustment paved the way for new ideas and renewed energy to pursue her goals. Mary's practice also aligns with the teachings of Abraham Hicks, who describes the law of attraction as a mechanism based on vibrational frequency. According to these teachings, when you emit high-frequency thoughts and emotions, such as gratitude, enthusiasm, and confidence, you attract situations and people that vibrate at the same frequency. For Mary, this change was not just theoretical. She began to notice surprising events. Job opportunities appeared out of nowhere. Unexpected people helped her, and her self-confidence increased dramatically. One day, while practicing her visualization, Mary had an idea to start a small online business. With little money, she decided to sell homemade products, something she always loved to do but never believed could be profitable. This idea was the first tangible step she took towards her new reality. And to her surprise, sales began to grow rapidly. It wasn't $1 million profit, but it was enough for Mary to realize that her renewed mindset was generating results. Mary began to understand that wealth is not just a matter of external actions, but a reflection of what is within us. Every day, she felt more confident in her process and continued to feed her mind with positive thoughts and powerful visualizations. However, she knew she needed to go further. In the next chapter, you will discover how Mary used a strategic plan to turn her small victories into $1 million business. Stay tuned, because the next step could be the most important to turn your ideas into action and transform your financial life. And Chapter 3, Turning Ideas into Strategic Actions. If there's something Mary learned on her journey, it's that positive thoughts and visualizations are powerful tools, but alone, they don't bring tangible results. True change begins when you align your actions with what you want to manifest. And that's exactly what Mary did. She turned her small ideas into a strategic plan that led her to wealth. After weeks of visualization and gratitude practices, Mary felt ready to take the next step. She knew she needed to act, but she also knew that actions without direction could be a waste of time and energy. That's when she remembered a teaching from Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich. Every great success begins with a burning desire, followed by a clear plan and consistent actions. This thought fueled Mary to start structuring her goals. She decided to create a small handmade products business, something she always loved to do, but never considered a source of income. Inspired by Charles Hyarnell in The Secret of the Law of Attraction, Mary knew that for her business to thrive, she needed a well-defined plan. So she dedicated an afternoon to mapping out her ideas, answering questions like, who would be her target audience? How could she promote her products on a limited budget? What would be the initial steps to put the idea into practice? With a notebook in hand and a mind full of determination, Mary drew up a simple but efficient schedule. She started small, selling to friends and family, and used social media to promote her products. Her initial strategy was to focus on creating an authentic connection with her customers, valuing feedback, and adjusting her products based on the suggestions received. However, the first few months were challenging. Mary faced criticism, low sales, and moments when she almost gave up. It was at this point that she turned to the teachings of Earl Nightingale, who said, "Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal." Mary understood that each small step was part of a larger progress. Instead of getting discouraged, she adjusted her strategy, learning from each mistake. One of the changes Mary implemented was improving her digital marketing skills. She spent hours watching free tutorials and applying basic techniques to improve the visibility of her online store. This effort soon began to pay off. Her sales gradually increased, and Mary realized that her persistence was starting to pay off. At a critical moment, Mary faced a major challenge. Her main supplier of materials unexpectedly raised prices, putting her profit margin at risk. Instead of despairing, she recalled Catherine Ponder's teachings on the abundance mindset and decided that every problem was a disguised opportunity. Mary began to seek alternatives and, by negotiating directly with smaller manufacturers, managed to reduce her costs. This change not only saved her business, but also increased her profitability. For Mary, stories of other people who overcame similar challenges were also a great source of inspiration. She read about entrepreneurs like Sarah Blakely, who started the Spanx brand with just $5,000 and became a billionaire, and saw parallels in her own journey. As Bob Proctor said in You Were Born Rich, wealth is a state of mind that must be continuously nurtured. With her sales growing and her plan adjusted, Mary began to envision something bigger. She knew that to turn her small idea into a million-dollar business, she needed to think big and continue expanding her vision. In the next chapter, you will see how Mary used the principles of the law of attraction to expand her impact, attract investors, and turn her business into a true empire. Stay tuned, because the next part will show you how to take the definitive leap to achieve the financial success you've always dreamed of. Chapter 4, Expanding the Vision with the Law of Attraction. With her handmade product store gaining momentum and a growing sales flow, Mary realized she had reached a crucial point in her journey: to be content with what she had already achieved, or to expand her vision and seek something even greater. The answer was clear to her. Inspired by teachings from Rhonda Byrne in The Secret and Abraham Hicks in The Law of Attraction, Mary knew that to grow even more, she needed to fully align her mindset and actions with the future she wanted. To manifest, the law of attraction teaches that the universe responds to the energy you emit. If you think big, act big, and feel the emotion of already having achieved success, the universe conspires in your favor. Mary embraced this idea wholeheartedly and decided to take a bold leap, seek partnerships, increase her production, and attract investors. Mary began to expand her vision of what was possible. Instead of seeing her store as a small online business, she started to imagine it as a global brand, present in major markets and reaching thousands of customers. Every morning during her visualization sessions, she dedicated time to imagining her brand in storefronts, being recognized by people around the world. She not only saw this reality, she felt the emotion of having achieved it. This practice of thinking big is deeply rooted in the teachings of Napoleon Hill, who wrote, "Set goals so high that they inspire you to grow." Mary understood that by dreaming big, she not only inspired herself, but also attracted people and resources aligned with her vision. As if the universe was listening to her thoughts, Mary began to notice synchronicities. One day, while attending an entrepreneurship workshop, she met an influential businesswoman who was impressed with her products and offered to connect her with investors. On another occasion, she received an unexpected email from an online sales platform offering support to increase her visibility. These opportunities were not coincidences. They were reflections of the energy and intention Mary was emitting. However, growth did not come without challenges. Mary began to feel the weight of responsibility and at times found herself questioning whether she was truly ready for the next level. This is where Wayne Dyer's teachings in The Art of Living were crucial. Dyer emphasizes that fear is just a mental construct and that by trusting the flow of life, the right answers and resources always appear. To overcome her fears, Mary created a mantra that she repeated every day. I am capable, I am worthy, and the universe is in my favor. This simple habit helped her stay focused and confident, even in the most challenging moments. In addition to keeping her mindset aligned, Mary began to implement practical strategies to scale her business. Inspired by Joseph Murphy, author of The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, she knew that combining conscious effort with positive beliefs was essential. Mary invested in a business management course, improved her brand, and created advertising campaigns that highlighted her company's purpose, bringing beauty and authenticity to people's lives. At the same time, Mary began to donate a portion of her profits to causes she believed in, following Catherine Ponder's principles on generosity as a tool to attract even more abundance. This attitude not only brought financial returns, but also strengthened the social impact of her brand, winning loyal customers and valuable partnerships. With her vision expanded, her mindset strengthened, and her actions aligned, Mary began to see impressive results. In less than a year, her sales tripled, and her company reached the milestone of $1 million in revenue. But this achievement was just the beginning. In the next chapter, you will see how Mary used gratitude and spiritual connection to not only maintain her success, but multiply it and inspire others to follow the same path. Stay tuned, because the next part will show you how to keep abundance flowing and reach even higher levels of prosperity. Chapter 5. Maintaining abundance with gratitude and spiritual connection. When Mary finally reached her first million in revenue, the feeling was indescribable. All the effort, daily practices of visualization and gratitude, and strategic actions had paid off. But at the same time, Mary knew that the real challenge was just beginning, maintaining and expanding the abundance she had attracted. As many experts affirm, the mindset that creates wealth is the same that sustains it. Inspired by teachings from Joseph Murphy in The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Mary understood that gratitude was not just an initial tool to attract wealth, but also an indispensable force to maintain it. She began to implement a daily gratitude ritual to acknowledge all the achievements, big and small, that emerged in her life. Every night before bed, Mary wrote in a notebook at least 5 things she was grateful for that day. This included not only significant financial advances, but also small moments of happiness, like receiving a positive message from a customer or having time for a quiet coffee. This practice, according to Catherine Ponder in the Prosperity Bible, creates a continuous cycle of abundance because what you appreciate grows. Mary also began to teach this principle to her team, encouraging them to practice gratitude daily. This not only strengthened the positive culture within her company, but also resulted in a more engaged and creative team. Upon reaching this level of success, Mary realized that prosperity was not just about money. It was about purpose, impact, and connection with something greater than herself. Inspired by Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now, she began to meditate daily, seeking a state of full presence that helped her maintain clarity and emotional balance. These meditations also helped Mary align her business vision with her personal values. She decided that her company would not just be a source of profit, but also a platform to inspire others to believe in themselves and their potential. Thus, she began to share her story in lectures and workshops, helping hundreds of people start their own transformation journeys. Another principle Mary adopted to keep abundance flowing was the practice of conscious giving. Following Bob Proctor's teachings, she started to set aside a percentage of her profits for causes that resonated with her values, such as the education of young entrepreneurs and environmental initiatives. Giving, as Proctor explains, is not just an act of generosity, but also an act of faith in the continuous flow of abundance. This practice not only strengthened her spiritual connection, but also expanded the reach of her brand. Mary realized that by helping others grow, she was also strengthening her own success journey. Mary understood that wealth was a reflection of who she had become. The internal transformation she experienced, from reprogramming her limiting beliefs to adopting a mindset of gratitude and connection, was what sustained her success. And as she learned from Wayne Dyer, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Every day, Mary dedicated herself to reinforcing the habits that led her to success while continually seeking new ways to expand her vision. For her, the path to prosperity was a constant journey of growth, learning, and contribution. Reflecting on all she had achieved, Mary realized that her journey was not just about achieving financial success. It was about inspiring others to believe that with the power of the mind and consistent actions, they too could transform their lives. In the next chapter, in the conclusion, we will recap the 5 steps that led Mary to success and explore how you can apply them in your own journey. Don't go away, because the best is yet to come, the final inspiration that can completely change your life. Mary's story is proof that with the right mindset and consistent actions, anyone can transform their financial reality. Throughout her journey, she taught us that the true power lies within each of us, waiting to be awakened. And this is not just a theory or an inspiring tale. It's a proven practice based on the principles of great masters like Napoleon Hill, Louise Hay, and Bob Proctor. Let's recap the 5 steps that took Mary from zero to her first million. First step: identify and reprogram limiting beliefs. Mary started by recognizing the negative beliefs that held her back and replacing them with positive and empowering thoughts. She understood that, as Bruce Lipton states, the subconscious controls most of our actions, and reprogramming it is fundamental to success. Second, visualize and nurture a positive mindset. With daily visualizations and gratitude practices, Mary learned to feel what it would be like to live the life of her dreams, creating the necessary energy to attract opportunities. Third, plan and act. Strategically, Mary turned her ideas into tangible actions, structuring a plan that led her to build her business and overcome challenges. As Napoleon Hill reminds us, goals without actions are just dreams. Fourth, expand. The vision with the law of attraction. Thinking big and aligning her actions with this vision helped Mary attract resources and people that propelled her growth. She proved that the universe responds to the energy we emit. Fifth, maintain abundance with gratitude and spiritual connection. Mary never lost sight of the value of gratitude and purpose. By contributing to causes she loved and maintaining a strong spiritual connection, she ensured that her prosperity continued to flow. And now the question is, what will be your next step? Just like Mary, you also have the power to transform your life. No matter where you are now or what challenges you face, the important thing is to start. Begin by changing your thoughts, setting your goals, and taking action towards the future you want to create. If you are ready to transform your life, we are here to help. We have left a special gift for you in the pinned comment or video description. Subscribe to the Vibrating Prosperity channel and start your new journey today. What you are waiting for is waiting for you. Peace and light and a prosperous and abundant life to all.